Hello, I'm Madhvi Dubey, Associate Lecturer from University of Dundee, UK. Today we are discussing innovation in education. As we know, innovation is the buzzword these days and it's taking place in almost all walks of life in all professions. So, we will be focusing on innovation in education today because it is critical to constantly upgrade and innovate to transform learning for the future. So, we'll start with looking at the definition of innovation and also focusing on how it is different from invention. Right from our early days, we have read a lot about inventions, many inventions, in fact. So we can say invention is a creation of something which did not exist earlier. So it's altogether a new creation. Uh, and innovation is changing something, modifying something, or upgrading something in order to achieve better outcomes or in order to increase its efficiency. It can be a product, it can be an idea, it can be a process or method. So, innovation is an attempt to improve an already existing product, an already existing idea, or an already existing process. So then the question arises is, why do we need to innovate? Why is it important that we change something which is already working fine, which is already existing? So, in terms of education, we can say that the world is changing at a very fast pace around us. And in order to keep our learning relevant and develop the essential skills in our children so that they are able to perform well in future in this world, it is important to adopt, to adapt, and to modify, upgrade our existing curriculum, existing policies, existing practices of teaching and learning uh, to match the requirements, the needs of the contemporary world. So, innovation can help in uh, enabling children to develop problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, to be more communicative, to work collaboratively in global scenario. It also increases the efficiency of processes like how we teach, what we teach. So the teaching learning methods, the pedagogy, uh, the policies and their implementation. And moreover, it not only increases these efficiency, it helps in implementing these effective measures in a sustainable way so that uh, it's an ongoing process rather than just one off measure. Innovation helps us to constantly upgrade, improve in order to offer better services, and in the same process generate more opportunities, more income, uh, more profits also in terms of business. And in terms of education, it is in order to meet the societal needs, meet the learner's need in a efficient, effective, and time-bound manner. Innovation has a significant role in present society and the way we work. So it's an ongoing change in educational practices as well as the emergence of new practices with the goal of value addition to what we are already doing so that it stays relevant in future. Whatever we learn today, whatever we impart to our children today, it stays relevant when they move into the world as professionals, as responsible citizens. This can be done through integration of technology, creating new technological uh, framework, or just adopting a fresh perspective to promote learning in such a way that it is equitable, it is qualitative, and it is relevant and useful to each and every individual. And this will require collaboration between various stakeholders to like policymakers, practitioners, researchers, uh, parents, the community, the learners themselves, to come together, ideate, brainstorm, and come up with a solution which is unanimous, which is uh, implementable. And when you implement that solution, one has to see whether it actually works. So, evaluation and assessment, critical analysis is important there, and mm, we need to reaffirm that it leads to value creation. Innovation can start from a small room, from an individual, and it can range up to global levels, multiple systems coming together. So, innovation can be incremental, it has to be sustainable, it could be disruptive and radical, depending on the context. So, as we discuss, innovation is needed to address the changing needs in the rapidly growing world, and innovation in education is important to increase or enhance the engagement level, the learning motivation for students so that they find it meaningful, they find it enjoyable. The learning should not be a burden, so we need to find methods in which we can impart this learning where students are equal partners in the process. So, the outcomes of our educational innovation should be such that it should result in skill development, it should result in better knowledge, behavioral attitude, and more citizenship. And innovation is always oriented towards future, both the challenges and opportunities. So, what it looks like, how do we innovate? How is innovation manifested on ground? So it can be by integrating technology in how we develop curriculum, what we teach, how we teach, what the learners do with the subject matter. So everything has a scope for integrating technology. Learning can be more experiential, it can be more fun, it can be student oriented through the use of technology. And as personalized learning offers equitable chances to all learners depending on their individual needs, their individual learning styles, and their interest. So, innovation has to take care that every student feels involved. So, personalized learning is innovation in the way we are teaching our children. And the project based learning is another innovative pedagogy where the conceptual knowledge gained from subject through traditional education is actually implemented in the real life world, and where real problems are solved using that conceptual knowledge so that it becomes more meaningful, more relatable to students as well. And collaborative learning through developing collaborations between not only learners and teachers, but also between community, between industry and learners, so that this collaborative effort uh, makes learning valuable in terms of life outcomes later on also. So this can be in terms of collaborative projects, some uh, public private partnerships, or it could be mm, some trips outside school, learning with nature environment. So anything collaborative learning can have multiple dimensions. So how can innovation in education be achieved? And it has to be done in a sustainable manner. uh, One of the ways is to professionally develop and train educators to adopt new methods of teaching, to execute these technologies, to integrate this technology in their day to day teaching learning process. Learning has to be more student centered, teaching has to be more student centered, and the policies which are developed, they also should focus on the needs and interest of students. The curriculum design should be innovative and it should be multidisciplinary, should aim towards holistic learning rather than individual discrete subject learnings. And for this, partnership between various multiple stakeholders is important. So there should be a collaboration between government, policymakers, business, communities, and other educational institutions. Now that we have introduced innovation and we have some basic idea of what innovation means in terms of educational learning and development, so can you now reflect on your own experiences of innovation in teaching and learning, maybe when you were growing up as students or now as professionals or workers in some way in education sector? So these are two reflective assignments which you might engage in and share your experiences later. For now, you can consider the emerging trends and advancements in education, and how do you envision the future of innovation in teaching and learning. So, and being graduate students, how can this contribute to shaping the future, not only in education as a discipline, but education as practice and the wider uh, global dynamics? So, you may discuss this with your peers now. And in conclusion, this is a brief wrap up of what we have already discussed. So, innovation introduces new ideas, methods, or products to improve processes, solve problems, or create value. Implementing new strategies and tools to enhance teaching and learning is nothing but innovation in education. And we embrace new ideas and approaches in order to create meaningful learning, which is more effective, engaging, and inclusive. This requires continuous improvement and collaboration of multiple stakeholders, multiple agencies in order to make innovation in education successful. And as one example of innovation in education, we will be discussing place based education as an example of innovative pedagogy in our next session. Till then, take care. Thank you.